What is up? It is your girl EJ, and I am here with my girls. It is time for movie night. Got my girl Moochie and Tamika in the building. How's it going, ladies?
Hey.
Hey, what's
All
up,
right, let's see who's
everybody?
in. Let's see who's
Oh,
in the chat. We got Candy Love in the building, Lady Virtue in the building, Daria, Kendall in the building, Rashandra in the building, y'all. I just want to apologize to everybody last week. I wasn't able to do the live, so I apologize for not giving any notice. But we are here to talk about Kemba today, y'all. It's a BET Plus original, and it's actually based off of a true story. And it's a very interesting story and a very cautionary tale, and something that is very true. And that's a problem in this world that we live in today. So we're gonna talk about the movie, and then we'll get into some stuff. Let me play this part first because I do want to play this real quick. Let me find. I want to play the first part of the ending.
No. I suffered the consequences of choosing to love a man who left me traumatized. A situation far too many women have experienced.
Okay. And I think that holds true. I think there are a lot of Kimbas in prison. And when I say that, just stories like hers. You know what I mean? Just of women who somehow have found themselves on the wrong side of things, and now they're serving these outrageous sentences because of what we would call mistakes, or some of these people were abused, and it's just so many different stories, but they all lead to the same place. So there's that.
Yep,
yeah.
absolutely. It's a lot of people, unfortunately, because of the way that the law is written, that you know, they was abusing it. We've seen this for years and years and years. Of course, it goes so deep with the government bringing in certain things and all that other stuff, and we know that the time for the crime is not the same for certain people with certain colors of skin and certain communities and all of that. The same two people, well, different people, I should say, could do the same crime, but they would get different time for it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. The sure fact that a person who has a large amount of cocaine can get a smaller sentence than a person who has a small amount of crack right there speaks to a big problem just in general. That doesn't even make sense when you think about it. It should hold the same weight, but it doesn't. And we all know that the reasoning behind it, I mean, it just is what it is. We know that crack is one of those things that is going to be something that's going to have a higher rate in black and brown communities, whereas cocaine is not. And therefore, you see those sentences that are so different that it just, I, girl, I don't even want. I ain't gonna go there, but it's just a lot.
Well, it's orchestrated like that for the prison system, to supply
Absolutely,
the prison system. Because I
absolutely.
know when in New York, and Tamika could be witness to this, when Giuliani was in charge, it was guys getting football numbers back in the day. And girls will go down for stuff like that because they don't know what's going on. They don't know what's in their house sometimes, and things go left.
Hmm. Absolutely, absolutely, and that's
Yeah,
exactly.
Giuliani was definitely a big part, and then the crime bill, once that was
Mhm.
signed, that was a big part, in the war on drugs. All of them kind of added to it, and it just took off, and we were the target people.
Mhm.
Absolutely, the war
Mhm.
on drugs, that it's
And
so sad.
I could get deeper than that because before crack came, the average black family was making more money. I know that in New York
Mhm.
than than white people. And then that's when crack came.
Okay, okay. That's what's up. I mean, this really can go so many different ways. It's such a hot topic, and it's so deep, but the thing about it is that it's so true. It's one of those things that you really can't there's no to me there's no black and white. There's, well, I won't say there's no, well, yeah, there's no black and white to it. There's a lot of gray with it,
Mm-hmm.
and it just affects a certain set of people more than it affects anyone else, and that is the sad part about it.
Yeah.
So let's pull up some of these photos and let's get into Kimba. Let me play this real quick too, because I do want to show you guys the actual person. So let me
Yeah,
share my.
somebody in the chat asked if this a true story. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And let me know if y'all can see. Hold on, let me bring a small so that I can get it. Is this it? Hold on. Add this. Wow, we at the bottom. Hold on. Let me put this on the side. Okay, there we go. I like it better like that. Okay, give me a
Me
second. Let me
too.
play this. Okay, and I'm gonna play some of that a little bit later as well. But I wanted you to see the actual person and who this is. This is somebody who was in a middle class family. This is someone who was from a 2-parent home. She was going to college. She was just starting out her life when all of this stuff hit, and what they did to her was just unimaginable. It was crazy. Let me get the pictures up and then we'll start from the beginning and I'll get you guys take on what y'all think here. Let me get my video files up. I got so much stuff on my computer, Moochie, y'all. I got to get rid of some of this stuff.
Yeah, I was doing that today, girl.
Okay, here we go. Pictures. All right, y'all. So when the movie first starts out, they're kind of giving us this back. We're seeing the original, and then they kind of travel us to when Kemba goes to college, and she's going to, do what every college student does. They go to parties, but at this particular party, she's going to run into who? Who did he play? Which Wu-Tang member
he
was
played
it, y'all?
he played Ghostface.
Okay, Ghostface.
Yeah, he played Ghostface. I like him. Sadiq. His name is Sadiq. I don't remember his last name, but his first name is Sadiq.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
what's
when
up.
I saw him, I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like,
Yeah.
because I ain't like him in here, but
Oh
yeah.
yeah, but he did a good job though. When he do a good, if
Yes,
a
he do.
person do a
He
good
do.
job, when you was like,
He
yo, I
do.
can't stand this dude.
Yeah,
Oh, I couldn't stand him. I thought he was real nice in the beginning though.
very
That's
nice.
how he wrote her in.
Y'all think that she had low self-esteem?
No, I don't think it was that. I think that she really loved this guy because the way he wooed her in the beginning. And when you like that, you always think you can get it back to that.
Yeah, I also think it was just like her first experience and not being used to that and not,
Mm-hmm.
even though she came from the home that she came from. This, everything with college was new to her because I think one of the first scenes we saw her being real nervous, kind of being insecure about the way she looked, not really feeling like she fit in with the people, and her friend was kind of, trying to push her like, girl, we in college now, this is what we supposed to be doing, and you fine, let's get out here. You gonna
Mm-hmm.
party. And he was one of the first people that seemed
She
like he
met.
interacted with her. And, right off the bat, you beautiful, you pretty. What's your name? Oh, that's your whole name.
Yeah, he was real charming in the beginning.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think she was sheltered. Like someone said in the comments, I do think she was sheltered and she wasn't really exposed to a lot of things. Therefore, I was about to say Sadiq because I was like, oh, Candy had put Sadiq in there. But Khalid, because his name is Khalid in here, but that's not his real name. Y'all know they changed his name for movie purposes. But he showed her something different. He showed her this attention and she liked it. He bought her gifts. I mean, right from the jump, dude was buying gifts. And when I first looked at this, every time I look at something, all I ever think about now, Tamika, is every time you say about the representative, I said that ninja showed the
Yeah.
representative. There
Always sending the representative. Yep.
So he shows up and takes her to his place, y'all. I said,
Yeah.
okay, Khalif. Okay. So anyway, y'all, what did y'all think about this whole showering of gifts and how she reacted to it? I mean, did y'all see any warning signs? I knew we knew what the story was about, but just from that part, did you really feel like did you really know where it was going with it or how much she was going to be involved or all this?
I felt like it was going really fast, and he was kind of coming on strong, even though she had initially said, like, "Oh, I have a boyfriend." And I remember it was a part where he's like, "Your boyfriend mind me giving you this, your boyfriend mind this,"
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, "No, no." I'm like, "No, slow down, okay? We ain't
You
gotta be going all fast." But yeah,
know?
got caught up in it.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know what though, with him in the beginning, like I think that was her first boyfriend, like you said, Tamika. So for somebody, the way he was giving her stuff, and it was like stuff from Tiffany's,
Yeah.
high-end clothes, all of that. And even though, she came from a good home, so in her mind, she probably thinking like how her parents was. Because you hear stories like that and things of that nature. That's why I think she got roped in like that.
Okay. That's what's up. Let me see if I can pull up what she's going to say because I think she's going to tell us here. Oh shoot, hold on. I'm trying to push play on the thing. Wait a second, I gotta push play on the screen. Because they don't point that out in the story how much older he was.
Yeah, I knew he was older. I didn't know it was 8 years older because I just was thinking like he seemed like he had his own place. He didn't really seem like he was in the mix of the college kids. And then even when
Nah.
I don't want to jump too far ahead, I'll wait. You know how Moochie say track shoes, but he was a little too comfortable with the parents. Yeah, this part.
That part right
Yeah, but
Yeah.
even the mother wasn't like, to me, it's like he was very impressionable. Like, you know how you say, Tamika, his representative came? His representative stuck around for a while, though. Like, he stuck around for a while. He even had the parents fooled.
Yeah, because I thought the parents was gonna ask him more than what they did. I know he made a joke about law school and he was going because he figured if his sister was in there and she thought and she could do it, then he could do it. And then he asked for a beer and they looked a little stuck for a minute, but then the dad was just like, "Oh, I'll have a beer too." And I'm like, we ain't gonna say nothing more. We ain't gonna what?
exactly.
Yeah.
He was too like I mean 8 years older, that put a lot more perspective in it for me because that also lets me know that because as someone who's dated someone that was older when I was younger, people it's just I don't know how to explain it exactly, but something about it is just different. And sometimes you feel like they know more and it's almost like you're more willing to be led than to necessarily follow what you have to say. Like you are more easily, I guess you could say, naive. You're definitely way more naive because of that. So it made a lot of sense. I was like, oh, okay, I see what's happening here. But yeah, you're right, the parents, they didn't ask a lot of questions. I was shocked by the whole beer thing because I'm thinking that she has to be about maybe 18, 19. And I'm like, do they know how old he is? Like I had a lot of questions when that particular part came up. But anywho, so here we go. More gifts, more gifts. And it seems like this is throughout their relationship. But what we are noticing is that Kemba is starting to she's starting to miss class, just like all these little, you kicking it with this dude and now you with him more than you supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing. Your parents are calling, you not answering. Oh my goodness. What was you thinking, Moochie, when all of this was going down?
I saw she was messing up, but her friend didn't really talk to her. I know she gave her the warning in the beginning, but it was like, she said like a little comment and that was pretty much it. But I felt like, oh man, she's messing up now. But it was like, I didn't like this is the beginning when I started not liking him.
Okay. Yeah, he was very not likable.
Hmm.
Very not likable. So anyway, the friend is starting to see that, but then we're gonna see, did y'all ever think like well, I'll ask that in a minute. This is the first time when Kemba actually sees that something is going on and he tries to play it off. Like, even know, Tamika, what I can't even remember how he played it off exactly because it's almost like he doesn't acknowledge it. He just tells her to go back upstairs. What were you thinking about this part?
Yeah, when she came downstairs, it was like you know how your eyes get big and you like, oh shoot, and he looking at the girl, and I think it was a guy there too, looking at them as if to say like, well, why y'all didn't warn me that she was coming, or oh shoot, she's seeing it, and then of course
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, it's no big deal, just go back upstairs, and I'm like, no, okay, another warning, another red flag. Thrown in your face, even though I know she's not really familiar with all this stuff, I get it, but child, that was the
He was.
beginning.
I was like, that looked weird because even the girl looked kind of jealous. Like, didn't she give her like a jealous look when
Yeah,
she
she was
seen
giving
Kimba
her a
come in?
jealous look from the beginning.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she
so it
was
was just
jealous.
like, and when she said that, I was like, this something ain't right with this. But at first I thought she was with the guy, the other guy. So, and then when I seen him, oh man, I'm gonna keep it right here.
Nah, you right though, because that's why I was like, I said, I guess I'll just wait because I thought that was interesting. But this is when we're gonna see the jealousy really come. I was like, what in the world? This is when I was really like, okay, so either y'all talking or you like him and he ain't paying you no attention. I don't know which one it is just yet, but something ain't right with y'all because when she sends dude over there to dance with her, and then he comes in, he kind of just pushes her to the side and is looking
Right.
for Kimba. I was like, okay, so maybe she just like him, but then later we find out something different. But man,
Yeah,
Hmm.
I figured it was either she liked him or he was paying attention to her before Kimba came on the scene. And now that Kimba's on the scene, he's not paying her any attention, and attention's going to Kimba. So that's why we going through the setup, and we going to send homeboy over there like, oh yeah, go ahead over there and dance with her, knowing damn well.
that part. He done told her that dress. Remember, he talked about that dress,
Mm-hmm.
about that black dress. That was for him. And
Yeah.
then he come in there, and now the representative, the mask is poof,
Or
it's all the way off.
Hmm.
So, Moochie, kind of talk about this next scene that we're about to get into. I'm trying to make sure I'm gonna leave it right there because all the pictures that start to get more graphic. I don't want nobody to have no triggering moments or nothing.
Oh, he pissed me off because it's like it came out of nowhere with him with this, and I was like, I didn't think it was gonna go there. This is when he tried to almost choke her, right?
This when I mean, he really
Yeah,
went
this
in.
was real bad. And then I was like, yo, I really, I keep saying it, I know, but like that's when I was like, yo, he's garbage.
For
She needs
sure.
to get away from him. It's
It was a
like,
lot.
did she stop going to school totally here by now? Like,
She was still going to school. She's just missing school.
yeah,
mm,
she was just missing classes at this point. The parents was calling, and the roommate, her friend, was getting frustrated too. We're
because
having to
she
keep
couldn't cover for
lying to
her.
the parents and covering for her, and it's like, call them, let them know what's going on. And yeah, this part was horrible. He did choke her and a lot more, and the fact that he was blaming it on her and saying, oh, the guy would have done these things to you, the one that was dancing with her, so therefore I'm going to
Mhm.
show you what would have happened if you would have went home with him. I said, what?
Mm, mm-hmm.
That was so. That was
I couldn't
so
believe he
psycho.
did all of that, and it seemed like he was mad at her because the other girl was jealous. I mean, what was she supposed to do? She don't know I didn't think it was that serious.
It really wasn't, but you know how people are, and now he's being possessive. So now we see her friend sees the eye. There's
Mm,
the neck, and then here we go with the flowers. Oh
and he
God, Tamika,
outside.
you are
Yeah, that's the first time showing up with some damn flowers. And I think maybe a week had passed or two. He was saying like, oh, talk to me, waiting out. She just left the class once she seen him out there. And she was trying to act like, I don't want to be bothered with this, but he still was able to.
She should have went out
Rope,
another damn door.
rope her back in.
And
Mm-mm-mm.
then he really ropes her in because
Yeah.
after this is when she starts her little bit of involvement into his
Mm-hmm.
affairs. Now,
Yup.
this time she's toting the money,
Mm-hmm.
but that still involves her and that still
Mm-hmm.
makes her. So,
Mm-hmm.
Moochie, what did you think about this? Because I would have liked to know. Well, I guess it really
To
doesn't
me, it
matter.
seemed like
But
he knew somebody was following him, and that's why he sent her. Cause she
yeah,
looked so innocent, and you wouldn't expect somebody like that to be doing that. But I think they've been watching him.
yeah. Because the friend says it. He says the other girl was too hood or something. They said or too street.
Mhm.
Can't remember the
Mhm.
exact wording, but that's why they wanted her to do it, and she didn't want to do it. You can tell that she didn't want to do it, but you know,
Yeah, she looked scared and everything.
yep. Yep, yep. And then the friend asked about him, and I thought that was so weird. I was like, I feel like it's about to be something with these two because of the way that he asked. So, what's up, Bruce? Appreciate you coming through. Uh, because of the way that he asked, and I was like, okay, what's gonna happen with these two? So, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's me thinking the worst of people, but I don't know what I was thinking was about to go down in that scene. I was just like, what's gonna happen? So the dad decides that he's gonna come and check on his baby girl, y'all. Did y'all think she was gonna say anything, or y'all think she too caught up at that point?
Yeah, she was caught up, and not only that, I believe this is when the dad is like, "Yo, what is going on?" Because we had some hunters show up at the house
Mhm.
looking for your damn boyfriend, and that caught her off guard. She wasn't expecting him to say that. And then she says she was gonna come by to like the next morning, I promise. And he like, I don't want to hear no excuses. She just says she was, too tired to talk right now. But of course, she wasn't going to go to no damn bed.
Exactly. Let me see if I can. Let's see what we got here. Because I want to pull up some of the real stuff as we talk about some of the other stuff. So let me see.
I thought her parents was too lax with that move.
So it's like she said, she didn't know how to navigate it and she didn't know how to come out of it because she was way in too deep. So, I mean, shoot. I mean, woo, I don't know. That story is it's just a lot. So let's move on because she didn't take her butt home. She took her butt over there. And then this is when we are first about to go on the run. And when he brings old girl with him, I knew it right then. I was like, yeah, that is something. Like the fact that she's there, right there. Come on now. So, but Kimba, I guess I don't know if Kimba didn't see it, didn't want to see it. I don't know.
Yeah, she definitely, at least the way they portrayed it here, didn't seem to notice or to be thinking about the fact of what could possibly be happening with them two. She was more so trying to be like, oh, let me put my shirt on, I'm going with you. And he telling her no, he had a whole nother plan for her. Child, listen, I'm sorry. I get it. I've been young and naive too, but ain't no way in the world you was about to tell me to stay here and clean up this place and then go to my mama's house. Baby, soon as he would have left, matter of fact, I wouldn't even still been laying there sleeping on the couch. I'd have been gone from then back to
Yeah,
my
why did
damn
she go
parents.
back home? I was
Shit.
like, yo, I would have went home with this man. This too much for me. I just walked into this. I don't want no parts of it. I don't
Yeah,
care. I
especially
love you,
when
but I
she was
love me.
asking where the guy was and she saw that, yeah, that on the shoes. Yeah,
Mhm.
bye.
Yeah.
Out of there, but she eventually goes back to her mom's house, and then that's when the FBI come a looking for Khalif, whatever his name is in here. That's when they come looking for him, and they're tearing up the room. Her mom is like, "He not in the drawer." I mean, and I'm like, y'all treating her like she is the criminal,
Yeah.
and it just. Everything about that scene was just too much as well. I'm like, y'all should be out there looking for him. Y'all know goodness well he not there. Stop playing. Stop
Mhm.
playing. So there's that. So let's see. Let me get past this.
Oh,
So then the phone call, and he wants her to meet him. She's trying to tell him about what's going on with the parent. And then that's when she decides to leave, y'all. Like, what was your thoughts, Moochie, about her deciding to leave this note and leave and go be with?
I was like, what the heck? Like, you having a baby. Why even trying to leave? Not stay with you. You gonna be on the run with this baby. That's the first thing I was thinking about is the child, man.
Yeah, but at this point, she didn't know she was pregnant yet. I just, she just, it's like I could understand, but then I feel like I can't on some parts just because of the type of mind frame that I had. But I can understand you being head over heels for somebody, and he's saying the right things to her. He's basically like, your parents have each other. Who do I have? I need you here with me. Da 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 da. And he beat her in the head, and she fell for the okey doke. And that's when she left her mama, the letter. Listen, I done left my mama house a couple times when I was younger. I'm just gonna keep it real, okay?
Yeah,
So
I mean, I think we all have done that. But
yeah,
we have to
Yeah,
add on the added thing that she was also in an abusive relationship. And when you
yeah,
add in that abusive relationship part, it
yeah,
takes a little bit of a different turn
yeah,
from what,
absolutely,
somebody who's not in an abusive relationship. You might be able to think a little bit clearer because you like,
yeah,
oh, hell no, I ain't gonna go do
yeah.
this bull, but
Mm-hmm.
when you're in
At
that
this
type.
point, he already had her mentally, physically. It was just like,
yeah,
he
he was
knew
in
how
her
to
head.
say, yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah,
was in her head.
definitely.
Exactly. Yeah. And the crazy part about it is that this is a lot of people's stories. The people who are locked up, they're not bad people. Like, some of these people got caught up in some fuck boys for real. I'm just keeping it real. They got caught up in these F boys, and now they're having to do all this time because they was trying to be ride or die, or they didn't know shit and got
Yeah,
caught up. And that story is the worst story, is to not know or to find out at the wrong moments. You know what I'm saying? To find out at the wrong time, and you ain't had nothing to do with it.
I feel
But
like she should have walked away once he sent her to do that money.
yeah, that
Like,
would be the thing that I would have said too, is that she should have walked away. But once again, she caught up and she's in an abusive relationship. Is she?
yeah, he probably didn't leave her alone. He probably was one of them type of stalking niggas.
Mm-hmm. That part.
Yeah, where you just showing up everywhere.
So now they Bonnie and Clyde out here in this mug now. They ain't Bonnie and
They
Clyde.
was though. I mean, they wasn't doing any juxes or anything like that. Not that we know of, but I'm just saying they was.
Yeah. I think she says that she never did anything besides the money part that they showed us in the thing. But other than that, she never touched anything. I think she says that somewhere in one of her interviews.
Hmm.
But she is on the run with a fugitive, and that in itself is the crime. So nobody's absolving her crime, because I know I'm not, because she
That
did like
part.
she just didn't deserve 25
Yeah,
years, and she didn't deserve
absolutely.
for them to put 250 something grams. How you gonna give somebody else charge to somebody
Right,
else?
to me. Yeah,
That's
no.
Yeah.
crazy. So these two are kind of moving around. We in Atlanta, we on the run. Then I think we gotta go. I think we in Houston. Yep, San Diego. And then this is
Okay,
when we
that's
gotta
when
find
she
out
found
she's
out she was
pregnant.
pregnant. I
Yeah.
skipped ahead. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, they was hopping all around like that's no way to live either.
That's when she should have went back home.
So
Right
Yeah,
here,
she
look.
wanted to go back home at this point, and it was crazy how she was asking him, was he happy? Like she looked like she was scared, wanting to know what his reaction was gonna be. And he said he was happy. Sure ain't look happy to me.
I know.
me neither. I
We
was
and
like,
we gonna find out later why.
yeah, I was like, what in the world is going on?
Mm.
We in Seattle. She big pregnant at this point, and
Yeah.
then here we go again with another. He gets angry about I can't think of who the dude was. Got picked up, and not to mention, I gotta go back and mention this part. What's her name? That already turned on him. she's already turned on him. When he sends for her, oh girl has already turned on him, and that's why they are on the run the way they are. I forgot to mention that part. I can't think of her name, y'all. Whatever it was.
Yeah, I think it was Simone. Yeah, she turned on him. She got her senses and said hell to the no. And this is kind of when I feel like Kimba gets her wake up call. She
Mm-hmm.
says something to him about that's why you chose me.
Yep. Exactly. She starts to see it. And I think because for some people, their wake up calls they all come different. You never know when that wake up call is going to come. That's why I never want to, I don't know where people are in their particular journeys when you're going through something like this. And I think for Kimba, it was just, okay, I'm pregnant. You just put your hands on me again. I'm starting to realize that I was chosen for a reason. You could have had anybody else that you wanted, but you chose me because you knew I would be right here. You knew that this was the outcome because old girl wasn't, but who is? Her. So she had a point. And then, they have a conversation. And then this is when she decides to go. I think, let me see if I can bring up they have after this, because he puts his hands on her again. We're just going to skip past it. And then he does his lovey-dovey thing like he always do. But at the same time, I did respect the fact that he told her to go home. Basically told her to go ahead and go. This time he wasn't, because at first I want to say he told her, didn't he tell her when she first brought it up that that she wouldn't know what to say, that she would get caught up and
Yeah,
that.
that's how he started getting angry with her because he was like, you a little slow. You ain't gonna know how to answer their questions. They gonna trip you up. You ain't smart enough.
Mm-hmm. All of that. So, yeah, so here we are, 1994, and she has turned herself in. And this is where it gets even more crazier. What's up, Inga Binga? This is where it gets even more crazier, y'all, because you have a lawyer that walks out of the room. I knew right then she wasn't finna get a fair shake. I said,
Yeah, the lawyer was
This
with
lawyer
it.
pissed me off too.
Yeah, yo, he
Trash.
was with it. You know what? You know what? This is when the whole prison thing where it became a business. So they was locking people up like this, and the lawyers was with it because they was getting a percentage of things because sometimes they had shares in these prisons.
mm, okay. That's
Yeah, cause
crazy to
he
me.
over here talking about he cool with them, and then he's saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go make a phone call," and she's literally like, "Should I wait for you to come back?" Oh no,
What do you
you
mean?
ain't
Should
gotta
I
wait. Like,
wait
what
for
lawyer
you?
says that?
Where's
None.
her parents?
None. Okay.
If she turns herself in, where's her parents?
None
Like they should.
whatsoever.
I would have had my parents in there with me, even though I'm grown. I don't care. I know you can't do that. I'm just kidding.
They probably, in their
Hey,
mind,
Inga.
they got the lawyer and,
Hey,
he's supposed to
Lisa. What's
take care
going
of it.
on?
Hey, Lisa.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it is what it is. Oh,
Yeah, they
shady
set
lawyer.
her up from the get go with this. Candy, they was on run for like a year, I believe it was, or
Almost a year.
almost a
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We finna bring this other one in. We finna see what she had to. So, boom. She didn't handle, sell, or use them, and they fixed themselves to give her 250 to add to say that she was in possession 254 grams, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
254.
And
Like,
that part was blank. Remember when they showed the
mhm,
paper and
yep,
before the father said, "Is that supposed to be like this?" I'm like, even
yep.
once you found that out,
Yep. Yep. Kimba actually she brought that up to them. She was a smart cookie, you know what I'm saying? She was very intelligent and she brought that up. She didn't want to sign that, but you're looking at your parents, you're looking at your lawyer, they're asking the parents are just going by what the lawyer say. I don't blame them in no way, form, or fashion. They just listening to the person that they hired that's supposed to give them legal advice and that is supposed to be there for their client. It ain't like she had no public defender. She had a real lawyer that was being paid for. you know, that's what makes it
Right.
so much worse. That makes it so much worse because
Yeah.
I can almost understand these public defenders. They just, but a lawyer you paid for,
Yeah.
and
That was the messed up part. And it seemed like the judge wanted to make an example out of her, but this was a person that never got in trouble. A
at
college
all,
student.
at all, and she gets 294 months. She was like me. She said she couldn't even calculate that. I couldn't calculate it. I said, hell, wait a minute, let me calculate. I said, oh hell no, girl, I ain't got enough fingers for this.
Mm-mm. The way they tell you stuff like that,
That's
you don't know
more
what that
time
is. That's like
than
25 years.
yeah, that's more time than some people that take out people get. The person that took my cousin out definitely didn't even get half of that. Okay.
That's
Sure.
how it goes.
That's what I mean by football numbers.
Yep.
She got 25. She got a deuce and a quarter.
A
Sure.
deuce and a quarter. Sure did. And the judge, y'all, this was even sadder because he says that he doesn't believe that she is a danger to anybody, that she doesn't deserve this time, but that at least it could be made an example out of for people, in her situations that she can be an example of what poor decisions in your younger years is. I almost want to jump through and choke that damn
Yeah,
judge.
because he literally was saying, like, I wouldn't give you that much time. I can see that, what this situation is. But then if I'm going according to the law, this is what you'll get, and it'll prevent other people from doing it. I'm like, what are we talking about here? Like, if you know it's wrong, you the judge, shouldn't you still be able to? It's
That was
crazy,
messed. I
yo.
was so mad at this
Yeah.
judge when that happened. I was
Yeah.
like, that. I couldn't believe that.
Hold on. Let me pull us out. I want to read some of these comments. Give me a second. Let me put us in another view. Oh, not that view. No, not that one either. Okay, that one. There we go. Let me catch. Damn, that was crazy. They just be locking people up on false information. Crooked cops and judges. It's going to jail for a reason. They always want to make an example out of us. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Kendall says those
And
two.
even the lawyer that was defending her, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but from what they showed us here, like even when he gets the papers and he had to call her father and tell her, he was even like, what the F? When he's looking at it because of seeing them write that 254 in the end, it was because, like you said, it was blank. So he didn't even look like he was expecting for them to do that. And child, they
Well, it's
really
crazy.
just did her dirty. And unfortunately, she's one of many.
Yeah.
Exactly. One
Yeah.
of a lot. Now, just like Kendall was saying, those were Khalid's charges. How you gonna give me his charges? I ain't touched nothing. I ain't done nothing. If you take this to try, part of me just wish he had never took that plea, and that maybe they had just took this to trial. Just maybe she would have ended up with a fair, maybe possibly a fairer sentence. Because there's no way I feel like because I feel like a plea is just a cop out. If I get you to take the plea, then I can say my record look good. Oh, we got another drug dealer, and nobody has to know the details. Nobody has to know what it really entailed. And in this case, that you really didn't take no drug dealer off. You just
Yeah.
gave.
And then to tell her that she was going to get a couple of months and a couple of months turned into 25 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Ooh,
That's where I feel like that lawyer, her lawyer, should have been they should have filed something with the ethics committee or something like that because he did her dirty.
oh, but that's his friend. His friend. I know him personally. Bullshit. Oh, I
Yeah,
can't
so
stand
like I said, back then it was the prison system was like a cash cow. These people invested in. That's when the prison systems was private. A lot of them in the South still are, and it was a business. So they need more. They need more inventory.
Exactly. Now you're right, Kendall. That's exactly what they want you to do. You take the plea that is saying that you're guilty. You're saying, okay, I'm guilty, but I'm gonna take this plea deal that's gonna give me lesser time. And it's a lot of people who take plea deals because they don't want to gamble with the what ifs. And in this case, it was a horrible gamble because
Yeah.
if it wasn't for who she was and the parents that she had and all of that, she could still be locked up for those 25 years. But she was one of, and I say this loosely, she was one of the luckier people. And you know why I say that? I say it loosely because it's so many people that still locked up for stuff like this right here, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
fair. And they know it's not fair, and yet they won't do anything to make it right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's people that's locked up on weed charges in states which now has made it legal,
yep,
and they're still locked up where they got like a lot of time.
yeah. It's a lot of people that shouldn't be. I mean, they just should. I mean, this was a non-violent situation. This wasn't a violent crime. This was none of that.
I
It
just
wasn't
wish
even
she wouldn't have
hers.
said anything about carrying that money, because they ain't even know about that. She
Listen,
told them that. I would have.
exactly.
I'm like, why would you even say that? And that's the part where he was right about. You wouldn't know how to handle the police.
Well, I think what
And
it
to
was
me,
is
he
that
should have told her how to handle them and what not to say.
Well, I think it was more so of the fact that they kind of forced that. You tell us everything, so you got to give them something, and we'll give you this. And her being naive, she told them, something, thinking that she was gonna get a lesser sentence. Then Khalid ends up getting murked, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now that he's marked, the deal is off the table, and the lawyer's even like, "This a whole nother ball game." He know that they screwed at this point. He knows it. So why wouldn't you at this? But I guess I can't even say this. I can't even say why would you not try to do something with your friend because you don't care. Because why? You don't care. You got paid your money. You know that this girl is screwed at this point because that
Mm-hmm.
because that very line was blank that shouldn't have never been blank. If I'm a lawyer and I'm doing a deal, there is no way in hell that line is blank. Oh, you
Yeah.
gonna put me a number right here?
Yeah.
Period. You gonna
Yes.
put a number right there, and that's what a good lawyer would have made sure that that deal was ironclad tight, and no bullshit like that should have happened for
Mm-hmm.
real. Okay, we already read that comment. Okay, so let's see where we at. Let me move back over here, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know why I can't figure out how to work
Uh,
whatchamacallit today. Oh, because I took my thing out. There we go.
you know what we forgot to mention when they was questioning her? How they told her how this is when she found out about the kid and the
Yeah,
girl having the other kid.
exactly. They
I'm
they
like,
used all that.
yo.
Yeah, they
But
used all of that.
even so, even though they used that, I'm like, why? I think they showed her that before she even started talking about the money.
That's when she first turned herself in. When he walked out, that's what they showed her. That's
Mm-hmm.
what they showed her. And that's why I said that that's probably why she went ahead and gave them something. I feel like she wasn't giving them nothing until they showed
Yeah,
her.
because they talked about how she gave them something, and then it was also like, oh, look at her and the baby and them as a family, and it's, oh, you didn't know, oh wow, yeah, y'all was both around the same time. I'm like, and y'all was right underneath each other's noses, and that of course had her in her feelings because she didn't have no clue. And
Yep.
then that explained why the girl was going as hard as she was at the same time too.
Exactly. Khalib. Oh, still. Okay, let me bring this part back up and let's see what she says next. And that's what I love about her story. Her story, she goes on to help other people. And you don't always get that. Some people, and it's to each his own. Like no disrespect to anybody who doesn't, but this was something that she felt like she had to do after all that she went through, knowing that other people didn't have those same tools that she ended up having, those same resources. So, I mean, kudos to her, like seriously. Let me play this part from the end of from the second part of her speech in the movie.
I suffered the consequences of a legal system that all too often targets Black and brown people unfairly. And for a long time, I suffered the consequences of my own choices.
And then this is the last part. Say something and then I'll play it.
My own lack of self-worth. I am not a victim. I'm a survivor. I'm a fighter. And the fight has only just begun. Thank you. My
bad. Yes. The young lady who played this part played it so well.
Oh,
So
yeah.
well. She did such a good job with this. Let me see if I can find the last little. Here we go, right here. So I've already been showing everybody the clips, but these are just, I wanted, just in case I couldn't pull up the clips, I was going to bring in the real things just to show you who she was. This is her son. He graduated from college with his master's degree. This is the lady I was talking about right
I
here.
liked her.
Yeah. Elaine Jones.
When she came to her to tell her that she was going to help her, she thought her parents was paying the money. And she was like, I can't let them do anymore. And she was going to really take the time. And then they was like, no, we got you. We got you. That part was so good to hear.
Here we go. This is the lady I was talking about,
Yeah, 2
Michelle West.
consecutive life sentences. Oh, man.
Okay. That's too much. It says between 1980 and 2020, the number of incarcerated women in the United States increased from 326 to 152 to 854. That's a lot, y'all.
Yeah.
That's a lot. It says the vast majority of women in prison were victims of violence prior to their incarceration, including domestic violence and sexual assault. Mandatory minimum sentencing laws continue to this day. Whew, yeah, that was a lot. This was a heavy one. I want to give y'all the final thoughts on this one. Moochie, just your final thoughts. Anything you have to say about the movie? Just whatever. Girl, go for it.
I'm glad they put this movie out because it shows a cautionary tale to young ladies. And it's consequences. Even if you think if something's not right and you get that feeling, you walk away. And I know it's hard, but it's just like, to me, I hope people, the way they got the whole system, once they go in there, a lot of people get ignored. So especially the women, men get visits and all of that.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Tamika, your go. Any final thoughts on this one?
Hey, Jerry. Yeah, I thought it was good. It definitely was emotional. I'm glad that they showed it too, because a lot of people may not be familiar with the story. They may not know that it's something that still goes on or how deep it is. I know that most of us know, that there's a difference in the time that people get. We know that when it came to the drugs, most times it would just be like, oh, that's the, hood problem, the ghetto problem, the Black people problem. But then later when it started showing up more and with opioids and things of that nature, then we started saying, oh, we got to get rehabilitation places, we got to get help, where you didn't really hear that before. It was either you was the drug addict or you was the one that was selling the drugs, and we didn't care much more than
go
that.
to jail.
Yeah. And so I would like to see more changes happen with this, since we know all the facts and nobody can't act, pretend like it's not an issue, because it definitely is. Unfortunately, I had some family members that have been on both sides of it. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, Derry. So yes, I was trying to see if we had any other people in the comments that said anything. Okay. No worries. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna let y'all tell me what y'all got going on your channel, then I'm gonna shout out the chat and then we're gonna get up out of here. Moochie, what you got going on your channel, boo?
Oh, about to go live in a couple of minutes. Soon as we are done with this, we're gonna talk about the last predictions for BMF. Also, we'll be talking about the diddler. and and we'll also be talking about Angel Reese. So I just wanna just come on and chat it up with me, and let's have some fun before the episode comes on.
Okay, well I'll be in the chat listening to y'all. I got that Angel Reese thing was too much, but I got some thoughts on it, but I'll be in the chat. And
Mm-hmm.
what you got going on your channel?
Going I guess do a review for the BMF episode and child, Saturday is my what you should be watching and self-care Saturday, and I'm gonna be also shining a light on my cousin. I'm very proud of her. She has a foundation called the Mother's Love and Beyond, and they're having their first event. And basically, since it is Autism Awareness Month, and her foundation is surrounding autism, just kind of shining the light on all of that. And then, I use real positive affirmations and all that good stuff. So if y'all have a chance, make sure y'all come and hang out with us. And I believe it's my turn for BMF on Monday. That's gonna be interesting. And then it's gonna be
Yep.
interesting. After that, I'm gonna be on my vacation now. I'm looking forward to
I was
that.
gonna say Tamika's taking a break. So listen, I have never seen you so lax. Like usually it'd be like, I got this, I got this.
I know, right?
So it's nice to see you take a break, and we all need like a little mental break sometimes from this. But on my channel, we just did our Ruthless Roundtable on yesterday. My Ruthless reviews will actually be up tonight. Y'all know I was so tired or something. I don't know what it was that I forgot that I did my Ruthless review. I found it in my folder. I said, so I didn't forget to do it. I literally thought I forgot to do it and found it from last week. And I just,
that was because you were sick last week. You was just out of it.
child, and I had a thumbnail, everything. Like I had did everything for it. I just never uploaded. And then I told myself that I didn't do it. Wow. So there was that. So I'm gonna upload both of those regardless, because I did it. So it's gonna still go up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have, like you said, BMF. Technically, we have another movie night that's next week. Because I had to move this one to this week. And I guess we can figure out if we still want to do that or if we want to go the week after that. But we'll talk about that later. But let me see. Oh, Diara from Detroit. That was good. And we are going to talk about that on Sunday. And then I think that's it. For me for right now. But anything else, just, turn on your notifications because you never know.
Oh
But
yeah, I forgot. Oh, I did forget something. I'm also doing on Wednesdays the rewatch of Mayor Kingstown. So come on through. Keep your notifications on. We're actually doing episodes 2 and 3 of the first season. We'll be talking about that on Tuesday. I mean on
okay.
Wednesday. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Okay, Mayor of Kingstown. And you know what? That made me think about my family business. I have my rewatch for that one coming up too. So yeah, just keep your notifications turned on. I don't know what day it's gonna drop, but I do have it. But anyway, y'all, this was a great talk. I really enjoyed this movie. And I can't wait to see what we're gonna be talking about, on our next movie night. But we're about to get up out of here, guys. Let me go ahead and shout you guys out because we always appreciate you coming through. We can't do movie night without you guys, so we appreciate you. Candy, thank you. Net, Rashonda, Kendall, always showing up. Daria, we appreciate you. Bruce came through. Steven came through. Sally came through. I think that says Dannon, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to butcher it. I am sorry. Lemon Kush Pepper, appreciate you. Monique 69 Ways Johnson, of course. Always a pleasure having you. Let me see. Inga Binga came through. We appreciate you, boo, for coming through, saying hi. And One Journey, appreciate you. Appreciate your super sticker. So anybody else who didn't say anything, we appreciate you for hanging out with us. And we're about to get up out of here, y'all. Until next time, we will talk to you guys later. Peace.
Meow.